Hello and welcome to marketing91.com. In this video, we are going to cover the topic on demand function. In economics, the term demand is used in the following three forms. First, demand is an effective desire. Second, demand is the quantity of commodity demanded at a specific price. And third, demand is the quantity of commodity demanded at a specific time. Example, Anu is an industrialist and wants to purchase a car. Here, wanting to purchase a car is merely a desire. If Anu has sufficient money and willingness to purchase a car, it is a want. If Anu says, "I'm ready to purchase a car," it cannot be referred to as demand because there is a lack of a specific price and time. If Anu says, "I'm ready to purchase a car today for INR 5 lakhs, then it can be considered as a demand for the car. Moving on to the essential elements of demand. First, there must be a desire to purchase a particular commodity. Second, the desired commodity must be available in the market. Third, the consumer must have sufficient money and willingness to spend the money for purchasing the commodity. Fourth, demand must be expressed at a particular price. And fifth, demand must be expressed at a particular point of time. Now let's move on to demand function. The demand function explains the relationship between the demand for a commodity and its determinants. It is expressed as quantity of commodity X demanded equal to function of price of a commodity, price of related commodities, income of the consumer, expectations about future prices, and other factors influencing the demand. Out of all the factors, price is the most important factor, and hence, demand is a function of price, that is, quantity of X demanded is equal to price of commodity X. The quantity demanded includes the intercept of the coefficient of factors, that is, Qx is equal to A plus B into Px. The demand of a commodity X reflects an inverse negative relationship with its price, that is, dx is equal to A minus B into Px. Moving on. For example, the following is a demand equation where dx is equal to 100 minus 25 Px. Now if the prices of X are 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, the respective quantity demanded is as follows. The figures on the left show that the demand function for a commodity is a decreasing function of its price. Moving on. Types of demand. First, individual demand. It is a demand of an individual consumer for a given product at different prices. It is a microeconomics concept and a component of market demand. Example, Mr. X buys 10 units at INR 5 per unit. Next, market demand. It refers to the demand of all consumers for a given product at different prices. It is a sum of demand of all the individual in the economy. It is a macroeconomics concept and denotes the size of the market for a particular product. Example, the quantity of market demand for mobile phones at INR 5,000 stands at 100 billion pieces. Moving on, joint demand or complementary demand. When two products are demanded together, that is, they complement each other, it is referred to as joint demand or complementary demand. In the case of joint demand, when the price of one product falls, the demand for both the products will rise and vice versa. Example, car and petrol have complementary demand. Moving on, competitive demand. This involves two products competing among themselves to satisfy a specific want of the consumer. Competitive demand involves substitutes. Example, Pepsi and Coca-Cola have competitive demand. When the price of Pepsi rises, the demand for Coca-Cola may rise. Composite demand. It refers to demand for a product that has multiple uses. Example, demand for electricity, water, etc. Direct demand. When a product is demanded for final consumption, it is said to have direct demand. The demand for consumer goods is direct demand. Example, demand for bread, butter, textile, TV, etc. Moving on. Derived demand. When a product is demanded for further production, that is, the demand for product is a result of demand for some other product, it is said to have derived demand. The demand for producer's goods is derived demand. Example, demand for land, labor, and capital. Now moving on to the determinants of demand, which includes government policies, price of the commodity, income of consumers, price of related goods, habits and preferences, size of the population, advertising and salesmanship, and finally, social customs. Now let's look at the law of demand. When the price of a good is increased, such that all variables are held constant, the quantity of demand for that goods will decrease. Thus, people will buy more at lower prices and less at higher prices. The law of demand explains the relationship between the price of and the demand for a commodity. The demand for a commodity decreases if its price increases, while the demand increases if its price falls, all other things kept constant. Thus, the law of demand reflects an inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. Moving further, now let's look at the demand schedule and demand curve. The law of demand can be illustrated using a demand schedule and demand curve. A demand schedule shows the quantity of commodity demanded at different prices. It is of two types. First, individual demand schedule. It shows the quantity of commodity that an individual consumer is willing to buy at different prices. For example, price of mango versus the quantity demanded. Here, DD is a demand curve which slopes negatively, that is, downward from left to right. This represents the inverse relationship between the prices and the quantity demanded at each price. That is, as the price falls, say from 10 to 6, the quantity demanded increases from 4 to 12. Moving on to market demand schedule. It shows the quantity of commodity that can be sold in a market at different prices. For example, in this case, price of mango versus the individual demand schedule and the market demand. Here DD is a demand curve which slopes negatively, that is downward from left to right. This represents the inverse relationship between prices and quantity demanded. That is, as the price falls from 10 to 6, the quantity demanded increases from 20 to 44 kgs. Moving on, the assumptions of the law of demand. Other things being equal is an important assumption of the law of demand. It refers to the conditions under which the law will hold true. First, the income of the consumer remains constant. Second, there is no change in consumer taste and preference. Third, the population remains constant. Fourth, there is no change in the prices of related goods. Fifth, there is hope of a future change in prices. Sixth, government policy remains constant. Seventh, weather conditions are the same. And finally, no new advertisements are introduced. Now let's look at the reasons for a downward sloping demand curve. The normal general demand curve slopes downward due to the following reasons. First, law of diminishing marginal utility. As the consumer increasingly consumes a particular commodity, with the consumption of all other commodities kept constant, the consumption of every additional unit of that commodity results in a declining utility for the consumer. Next is the substitution effect. When the price of a commodity decreases, it becomes relatively cheaper than its substitutes. Therefore, the quantity of commodity demanded increases owing to costlier substitutes. Third, income effect. When the price of a commodity decreases, the consumer can buy more quantity of the commodity as his level of income. This implies that his real income or purchasing power increases. Fourth, nature of consumers. When the price of a commodity is relatively high, only a few consumers can afford to buy it. However, when its price falls, more number of consumers tend to buy it, because some consumers previously could not afford the commodity may now be able to buy it. Now moving on to the exceptions of the law of demand. Following are some situations when the law of demand is not applicable. First, Griffin's paradox. These are goods considered to be inferior by consumers. Example, low quality rice, wheat, a used car. For given goods, the income effect is negative. That is, the demand falls and income rises. Further, the price effect for such goods is negative. That is, the demand falls when price falls. Moving on to conspicuous necessities. For commodities that are necessities such as salt, food, grains and medicines, demand is not affected by a change in their prices because consumers can neither increase nor decrease their consumption. Moving on. Third, commodities of prestige. The demand for prestigious goods such as diamonds increases as their price increase because such commodities are bought by the wealthy to whom the price does not matter. Fourth, high price goods. Certain products are perceived to be of value and purchased by consumers owing to their high prices, such as cosmetics and decorative pieces. Thus, an increase in the price of such goods does not impact demand. Fifth, expectation of future changes in prices. The law of demand does not apply when the prices are expected to change in the future. For instance, if the price of a commodity increases and there is an expectation of a further increase in its price, the demand for such a commodity will further increase. And finally, emergency. During emergencies such as war and famine, the prices of almost all commodities increase and the demand also increases. Moving on to the change, shift in demand or variation and movement of demand. Demand may change due to the following factors. First, change in prices, which is extension or contraction, or change in non-price factors, increase or decrease. Let's look at extension contraction of demand. The law of demand states that demand for a commodity increases at lower prices and vice versa. This increase in demand due to fall in price is called the expansion of demand, and this decrease in demand due to an increase in price is called the contraction of demand. In this graph, quantity of commodity demanded is represented on the x-axis and prices are shown on the y-axis. OP is the original price and OQ is the original quantity demanded. As price increases to OP1, the quantity demanded contracts to OQ1. As price falls to OP2, the quantity demanded expands to OQ2. Moving further, the increase and decrease in demand. When demand for a commodity changes in response to a factor other than price, it is referred to as increase in demand or decrease in demand. Increase in demand indicates a shift of the demand curve towards the right. Decrease in demand indicates a shift of demand curve towards the left. In this graph, OP is the original price and OQ is the original quantity demanded. DD is the original demand curve when the price remains constant. Demand increases to D1 D1 and decreases to D2 D2. This change in demand is due to a change in factors other than the price. Thank you.